everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to learn the complete history of Delhi Sultanate in very simple and interesting story format. This lesson is very useful for your upcoming exams and all competitive exams. So let's travel back 800 years into the history of India. Yes, you were right, the beginning of Delhi Sultanate. Our story begins with Muhammad Ghori. Muhammad Ghori was a ruler from Afghanistan. And like Mahmud of Ghazni, who mainly came to India to loot the wealth, Muhammad Ghori wanted to establish a permanent kingdom in India. In the year 1192 CE, Muhammad Ghori defeated the most powerful Rajput king Prithviraj Chauhan in the second battle of Tared. After this victory, Muhammad Ghori controlled large parts of North India. But he did not stay in India. Instead, he appointed his trusted general and slave Qutbuddin Aibak as a governor of Delhi. Muhammad Ghori appointed Qutbuddin Aibak to govern Delhi. After some times, in 1206 CE, Muhammad Ghori died. After his death, Qutbuddin Aibak became the independent ruler of Delhi. When Muhammad Ghori died, Qutbuddin Aibak declared himself the Sultan of Delhi. So, let's start the video. Delhi Sultanate. After the death of Muhammad Ghori, Qutbuddin Aibak took control of Delhi. As we already discussed, after the death of Muhammad Ghori, Qutbuddin Aibak declared himself the Sultan of Delhi. He founded the Mamluk dynasty, which was also known as a slave dynasty, the first dynasty of Delhi Sultanate. See, he became the founder of the Delhi Sultanate and also the founder of the Mamluk dynasty or slave dynasty. Qutbuddin Aibak, he founded the Mamluk dynasty, the first dynasty of Delhi Sultanate. Qutbuddin Aibak. Now let's learn the first sultan of this dynasty, Qutbuddin Aibak. Qutbuddin Aibak, he ruled from 1206 to 1210 CE. He was the founder of the Delhi Sultanate. He was of Turkish origin and was sold as a slave in his childhood. He was a Turkish boy. As a child, he was sold as a slave to Khaji Fakhruddin Abdul Aziz Kuli of Nishadpur. Later, after some times, Muhammad Ghori brought him. Muhammad Ghori purchased Qutbuddin Aibak. Why? Because Qutbuddin Aibak, he was very brave, clever, intelligent and loyal. He was brought by Muhammad Ghori, who later made him the governor of Delhi. Muhammad Ghori appointed Qutbuddin Aibak as a governor of the Delhi. Now let's move to the next one. After Muhammad Ghori's death, Aibak became the ruler of Delhi. He established the Turkish rule in India. Because of his generosity, he was given the title Lakh Baksh. As I told you, Qutbuddin Aibak, he was very brave, confident, intelligent, clever. See, he was not only brave but also very generous. Qutbuddin Aibak, he was very compassionate and kind. His generosity became famous everywhere. See, Qutbuddin Aibak donated money freely to poor people and scholars. So that's why people, they gave him one title, that is Lakh Baksh. Lakh Baksh means giver of lakh. Because of his generosity, he was generous. Because of his generosity, he was given the title Lakh Baksh. Lakh Baksh means giver of lakhs. Family and marriage alliance. He married his daughter to Tajuddin Yildiz, the ruler of Ghazni. He married another daughter of Nasiruddin Kublai. he gave another daughter in marriage to Iltutmish. To increase his power, to strengthen his position, Qutbuddin Aibak, he arranged some important marriage alliance. He married his one daughter to Tajuddin Yildiz, the ruler of Ghazni. He married another daughter. Another daughter was married to Nasiruddin Kucha, and he married his third daughter to Iltutmish. Iltutmish, who later became the greatest ruler of Delhi Sultanate. Apart from this, Qutbuddin Aibak loved architecture. He built a famous Quwwatul Islam mosque in Delhi, and he also built Adai Din Ka Jhopda at Ajmer. Another great achievement of Qutbuddin Aibak is that he began the construction of Qutub Minar, but he could not complete it. In the year 1210 CE, while playing the game polo, Qutbuddin Aibak, he fell from his horse and died. He was seriously injured. While playing the game polo, it was a game, he fell from his horse and he was seriously injured and he was died in the year 1210 CE. I'll repeat once again. In 1210 CE, Qutbuddin Aibak, he was died, and Qutbuddin Aibak, he was succeeded by his son Aram Shah. Now let's move to the next one. Aram Shah. Aram Shah was the son of Qutbuddin Aibak. He became the ruler of Delhi Sultanate after Aibak's death in 1210 CE. So he was the second Sultan of Delhi Sultanate. Aram Shah, he was the second Sultan of Delhi Sultanate. After the death of his father, Qutbuddin Aibak, Aram Shah ascended the throne in the year 1210 CE. He was a weak and inexperienced ruler. Aram Shah, he was very weak and inexperienced ruler. He was not capable ruler. He had a very little experience. The Turkish nobles were unhappy with his rule. Turkish nobles, they were unhappy with his rule. That's why they invited Iltutmish. Iltutmish, the ruler of the governor of Badaयूn and son-in-law of Qutbuddin Aibak. They invited Iltutmish, the governor of Badaयूn, and Aibak's son-in-law to become the ruler. Iltutmish, he accepted the invitation and he defeated Aram Shah near Delhi. Iltutmish defeated Aram Shah near Delhi in 1211 CE. Aram Shah was removed from the throne and it is believed to have been killed soon after. His reign lasted from about 1 year. So he ruled for only 1 year, that is 1210 to 1211 CE. Now let's move to the next one. Iltutmish, the real founder of the Delhi Sultanate. Iltutmish, he was recognized as the real founder of the Delhi Sultanate. That means historians call him the real founder of the Delhi Sultanate. Iltutmish belonged to the Ilbari tribe. Iltutmish, he belonged to Ilbari Turkish family. He was a slave of Qutbuddin Aibak. He was a slave of Qutbuddin Aibak. Like Aibak, he was also sold as a slave during his childhood. Later, Qutbuddin Aibak brought him because of his intelligence, bravery, and later Aibak made him the governor of Badaयूn. He married Aibak's daughter and even he married his daughter to Iltutmish. Qutbuddin Aibak, he even married his daughter to Iltutmish. See, he married Aibak's daughter and later became the governor of Badaयूn. Aibak appointed Iltutmish as the governor of Badaयूn. He defeated Aram Shah in 1211 CE and became the Sultan of Delhi. After defeating Aram Shah, the second Sultan of Delhi, he became a ruler. After defeating Aram Shah in the year 1211 CE, became the Sultan of Delhi. Now let's move to the next one. Achievements. He made Delhi the capital instead of Lahore. He made Delhi as a permanent capital instead of Lahore. He defeated Tajuddin Yildiz of Ghazni and he defeated Nasiruddin Kubcha of Sindh. Unable to tolerate the progress of Iltutmish, unable to tolerate the growing power of Iltutmish, Tajuddin Yildiz, the ruler of Ghazni, he was ruler of Ghazni. Tajuddin Yildiz, he was ruler of Ghazni, and Nasiruddin Kubcha, he was ruler of Sindh. They attacked Delhi. They claimed their control over Delhi. Tajuddin Yildiz of Ghazni, Nasiruddin Kubcha of Sindh, they claim control over Delhi and they attacked Delhi. But Iltutmish, he successfully defeated them. He successfully defeated both of them. He conquered Ranthambore, Gwalior, Ajmer, Bhilsa, Mundar, Kannauj, Banaras. Iltutmish, he expanded his territory, he expanded his kingdom by capturing these important regions, these important places like Kannauj, Banaras, Gwalior. He suppressed the Khilji revolts in Bengal. Iltutmish, he also suppressed the Khilji revolt in Bengal. In 1229 CE, the Khalifa of Baghdad, Al-Mustansir Billah, recognized him as the lawful Sultan of India. Khalifa of Baghdad, Al-Mustansir Billah, officially recognized Iltutmish as the lawful Sultan of India in the year 1229. Khalifa of Baghdad, he gave Iltutmish one title. What is that title? The lawful Sultan of India. You will ask me why he gave this title. Listen, at that time, the great Mongol conqueror Genghis Khan, he is defeating many countries. He is capturing many countries. Genghis Khan, he was chasing Jalaluddin Manga Barani. He was a Khorasan ruler. At the same time, the Jalaluddin Manga Barani, he approached Iltutmish and asked shelter. Iltutmish, very wisely, he refused to give shelter to Jalaluddin Manga Barani. Because of this decision, Genghis Khan, he did not invade India. Because of that, the Caliph of Baghdad, Al-Mustansir Billah, recognized him as the lawful Sultan of India. He completed the construction of the Qutub Minar. Started by Qutbuddin Aibak. He began the construction of Qutub Minar, but he could not complete it. That's why Iltutmish, he completed the construction of Qutub Minar. He built the Hawaz-e-Shamsi tank in Delhi. He introduced the Arabic coinage system in India: silver, taka, copper, jittal. Now let's move to the next one. Iltutmish saved the Delhi Sultanate from the attack of Genghis Khan. So Iltutmish, he protected his kingdom. He saved his kingdom from the attacks of Genghis Khan by refusing shelter to Jalaluddin Manga Barani, the ruler of Khorasan, whom Genghis Khan was chasing. So Genghis Khan, he was chasing Jalaluddin Manga Barani, and Jalaluddin Manga Barani, he approached Iltutmish and asked for a shelter. Iltutmish, he refused to give shelter to Jalaluddin Manga Barani. Because of that, Genghis Khan, he could not attack India. He did not invade India here. Minhaj-e-Siraj, the author of Tabaq-e-Nasiri, was a famous scholar in his court. The famous scholar during his reign was Minhaj-e-Siraj. He created an official group of 40 Turkish nobles called Chahalgani. Iltutmish, he introduced Chahalgani. Chahalgani means here Turkish nobles. Many Turkish nobles were there. A group of 40 Turkish nobles. of a or group of 40. The Chahalgali is also known as a group of 40. Now next, move to the next one. Iltutmish divided his empire into several iqtas. He divided his whole kingdom, his whole empire into many iqtas. Iqtas means province. Each iqta was administered by officer, and officer called a iqtidar. Each province, each iqta is governed by, is administered by an officer called iqtidar. The system helped in efficient administration of the empire. Other achievements: he built his own tomb in Delhi. It is one of the earliest Islamic tombs in India. See here, this image. He built his own tomb in Delhi. Where? In Delhi only. According to historians, Ishwari Prasad, Iltutmish was the real founder of the slave dynasty or Mamluk dynasty. He died in 1236 CE in Delhi.